So I'm really, really excited about all that is going down. So welcome to the Law of Attraction, day 150.
150.
What have y'all been doing?
Hey!
50 cents.
150 days. 150 days of pure set intention. And I am just so excited for all that is happening with each person, because each of us has a story.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how many days you have been here, each of us has a story. Where you at, outside, Sherry? I don't know what she's saying. She on mute. You on mute, Chair.
Yeah, I was trying not to make noise while y'all was talking. I'm going with Bo to his aftercare.
Okay.
God bless you. Feel good.
Oh my God.
Go ahead, New York. That's New York. That's New York.
Mhm. I'm gonna put it
Everything's
on
in-
mute so y'all don't have to hear the horns and the people.
Everything's in divine order, Miss Sherry.
Yeah.
And my
Yes,
love.
Bo.
Yeah.
Say hi, Bo.
Hey, Bo.
Hey,
Love you.
Bo.
It's
What's
not
up,
in your
Bo?
face. That's
How
you
are
in
you,
your
Bo? Good to see you.
Love you,
Get it
Bo.
out my face. Right, put y'all on mute. Love you.
All right, love you too. Amazing, amazing. But each of us, over this 150 days, all of us have some story of triumph, some story of getting it done, some story of some amazing thing that has occurred in this time. And so I'm so excited to know that we have done this intentionally. This is not just some happenstance that we created. This is something that we have intentionally set the ball rolling. And as we are rolling this ball along, we are getting to the life of our dreams. So we are working from the Law of Attraction planner. This planner is absolutely the cheat code. You know how the kids say when they play the game, they need a cheat code? They got a cheat code for, how they're going to get to the next level. Well, this is the cheat code on how you're going to get to the next level. And it's so important for us to pay attention to where you were when you started. When you think about where you were 100 days ago, 150 days ago, 25 days ago, wherever you were then, excuse me, think about, oh my goodness, where you are now. Where are you now? When you think about the trek of finding your life purpose, being able to determine where you want to go in your life. What do you want in your life? What do you want? Asking yourself the absolute questions of, how do I get to the life that I want? And how do you get there is by absolutely asking yourself, what would I want to experience if time and money were not an obstacle? That question is not cliche. That question is really the answer to your life. I heard, what's his name? Vincent DiPenzo talk about how we get to the life of our dreams. We talk about our heart centers all the time. And he said, your heart center is where all your dreams are. And he explained it like when you are constantly thinking that you want something. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Wanting something is not the same as the feelings of having it now. It's not the same as writing the vision and making it plain and seeing yourself in the vision. He said, when you start feeling the love that you want, not saying when I get love, I'll feel love. He said, but if you feel the love now, what it's going to feel like to be in a love relationship if that's what you're looking for. Because everybody not looking for that. But if that's what you're looking for, he said, feel it now. And when you feel the feelings of love, what happens is the heart begins to open and gets full. And when the heart is full, you feel full. And then the heart starts to emit these signals that go out all in your periphery. And I remember teaching on that the heart, the signals from the heart can go out 3 to 12 feet from just around you when you feel full of love. And the times when you feel full of love are those times when life is happening, life events usually. I'm sure Debbie felt that when she was at her daughter's wedding, feeling her heart so full of love that you just feel like you want to burst. Or when you are the first time you laid eyes on your first child, or even the love of your life, you just feel so full of love. And you've had those feelings, and those are the feelings that you want to call in, whatever the situation that you felt it before. Remember that situation and fill your heart full of that love. And that love is the love that will attract the love that you want. I thought that was so amazing. And then in that same video, Louise Hay was in it. And she said, what is the most important thing in life that you need? And people said, love. She was like, no, not love, because we know people who got love and they still lonely. And somebody said money. She was like, definitely not money. We know so many people who got money who are unhappy. And so she said, it's breath. It's breath. That is the most important thing, because if you don't have it for 3 minutes, you won't leave this room. So breath, she said, if you just were thankful for your breath in every moment, because without the breath, there's nothing else. So be in gratitude for the Creator who woke you up this morning to be able to take the breath again. Not the breath to complain, but the breath to live your most amazing life. That breath, the breath to wake up and get to the dreams that you've been putting in place, the dreams that you've been dreaming of, those dreams. You know, how do you want to grow really? And you know, this question came up for me yesterday. I'm taking a class. I did have it right here. It's called, what is it called? Something about how to pitch the media. And so one of the things that she said was, whenever I work with a coach or a consultant, the thing that I find out is that they don't charge enough money. And it's so funny because I believe that that is a direct conversation that is meant for me, right? I heard it, and then I heard it again, and then I heard it again, 3 times within 24 hours. And I noticed also for this past, I guess, I don't know, 5 years, I've been offering my services really cheaply, and I still don't have many clients. And in one of those videos, I heard the person say, when you don't charge enough for the amazing services that you have, what the people begin to believe is that, oh, she's so cheap, She don't know what she's talking about. So you really have to evaluate how it is that you show up in the world. People sometimes do not respect free, discounted, introductory offers. They don't respect it. And so I'm realizing that the people don't respect it. So it's okay. God said, don't double the price, triple the price. And we'll see what happens after that. I done tried everything else, so I'm gonna try that next and see how that goes. So how do you want to grow in your work? How do you want to grow in your life? Determine how you want to do that. How do you want to contribute to the world? Who do you want to serve? How do you want to serve? Who are you? And why are you here? Where are you going? And how do you want to be remembered when you're gone? The same lady, her name is Dr. Avis. She is facilitating this call. She made me think about Dr. Loretta yesterday because she started talking about her mom is 94. Not sure how old her 93. Not sure how old her dad was when her dad passed, but she said, I want you to put yourself in the place of my 93-year-old mother. What do you want to, how do you want to see your life when you're 93? When you're 93 years old and you look back at this time in your life, what would you have wanted to accomplish? Will you look back with regret or will you look back with reverence at the life that you have chosen for yourself? And I think that was T. Harv Eker who said, not are you worthy of your goal, but is your goal worthy of your life? Is the goal that you have in front of you worth the life that you are living? You only get one. So is the goal worthy of you giving your life for it? And then she started to tell a story about her father. Her father passed at an older age. She didn't say exactly how old, but it reminded me of Dr. Loretta because her father was a sharecropper. Her father was a sharecropper. I know Dr. Loretta's family was not a sharecropper. Her father, her people were like, nah, we're not doing that. It's too much like slavery. But he was a sharecropper with his father. And when he was 14, his father passed away. And he said, I'm not gonna work for a white person again. And he didn't. And her father started a lumber company. And she asked him, Dad, out of all of the things that you started, why would you start a lumber company? Now, this was at a time when sharecropper was going on. And so he not only managed to start this business, but also to buy 18-wheelers, 3 of them, that he drove, and 2 other people, his brothers and some other people he was able to employ in the community. And so she says she remember as a girl being in the car, being in the truck. And you know, when the kids see truckers, they do this, burn, burn, so they beep the horn. And she said, that's all I remember is people just wanting us to beep the horn. But she said now, you know, in retrospect, you know, when she spoke to him last, one of the last conversations, she asked him why lumber. And he said lumber because a lot of the Black people wanted to build homes, but were unable because the white folks wouldn't sell them the lumber to build their houses. And so not only did he do this and absolutely make a difference in his community for as long as he did, but because of his decision to start a business, she was able to go to school. And he said, I want my children to be able to go to school for as long as they want to, for the highest degrees that they want to. Because he only had a second grade education because you had to be on the field. You couldn't be in the schools. And so she went all the way to get her doctorate. And so did her sister. And they did it debt-free because of their father's company. And so she said, as you think about the work that you're doing, the work that you are bringing to the world, remember that you are working to create legacy building businesses. You're working to create something that is going to impact generation after generation after generation. Because not only did Dr. Avis and her sister go to school debt-free, two of her kids just graduated with double masters, and I mean, it was all this long stuff, and they did it debt-free because of the business that she is now running. She is absolutely following in the footsteps of her father, who had a second grade education. So when you think about what you are doing, you have to think about the succession that comes after you. There has to be a succession plan. There has to be a plan of who's going to take over, who's going to continue your work, who's going to do, and who's going to be able to benefit from the work that you've done. Because at the end of the day, that's what we do it for. We do it for ourselves to have an amazing life, but we don't want it to be over when you're gone. We want it to be able to keep going so that the lives continue to get impacted. So when you're thinking about these answers to these questions, think about how long you want it to impact people. Because this is a goal that you are giving your life for, literally giving your life for. And so thinking about those goals, seeing those goals accomplished, your lifetime goals, maybe it's your business is whatever it is that you're doing, that you are absolutely giving the next generation or the generation of your kids and your children's children a space to be able to be, do, and have whatever they want. You know, a lot of us right now in the space that we sit in, you are the one. You are the one. You are the cycle breaker, the rule breaker, the risk taker. That's you. You are the one that is breaking generational curses in your family. You are the one. And so as the one, it is so important that you, one, make the decisions and then follow through and execute on the things that you are doing so that the generations that come after you in your family is impacted in a positive way. And so when you are talking about your life goals, it's so important to feel how you would feel when they're done. When you see the centers in where they need to be, when you see your boutique or your store, you see the coaching, you see the people that you're impacting, when you see them in your meditation, you see them in your dreams, you see them in a way that you are so amazing at how you have impacted them, and now their lives are changed, and now they are the one. They are the one because you are the one. And you teach others to be the one. And so you want to feel those feelings of being full, the feelings of feeling like you have everything you need in this moment, that there is no lack. The Jewish people call it shalom, nothing missing, nothing lacking, nothing broken. All in shalom. And shalom is a choice as well. Because it doesn't mean that things are not happening around you. Things are still happening, but we're choosing to be in a space of nothing missing, nothing lacking, nothing broken. And so think about what's most important in your life. What do you value most? What are you passionate about? What brings you joy and peace in your life? Ask these questions. This is what I know. I don't think that anyone asked these questions of my parents. And they did the best they could with what they knew. But could you imagine if somebody asked the generations before us these questions? How the trajectory of all of our lives would be different. That is how I know that you are the one. Because you are the one that the questions are being posed to. Doesn't matter where you are in life. Doesn't matter what you've accomplished or what you have in this moment. Because it starts here. It starts now. And then determine what a successful life looks like for you. What does it look like? And, somebody says, well, I'm working to build my brand, my brand, I'm working to build my brand. And really, your brand is already you. Your brand is already who you are. Because when you ask the question, what do others admire in me? That is your brand. We admire so many things about each of you that are just here. And when you think about, oh, what do I admire in Sherry? Sherry is a creative. And that's her brand. That's what we know about her. And that's going to continue to go. And so when you think about the gifts that you want to share with the world, the things that you're already doing is you. It's your brand. It's not even hard to determine the answers to these questions. You are it already. You are already living it already. And when you think about the things that you value most, your top 5 values, it's all what you've been doing already. It's everything that everybody says to you every time they talk to you. Oh, I so love talking to Debbie. She's so amazing. I love how she talks about the travel that she does, and she is so vested in that travel game. And so we know that about you. We know that Dr. Loretta has all her isms, her Loretta isms. We know that she's gonna tell you how a TI is. She's gonna tell you, don't put those words on my mouth, don't put them words on me. Don't say that. I had somebody laughing last night. One of my elementary school friends lives in my neighborhood, and she's going to come here. And so she said, well, I want to try and see. I said, oh, no. We don't try to do nothing. I said, there's this woman that I know, Dr. Loretta Long. You know who she is? She said, yeah, I remember you telling me about her. I said, well, one time she had asked me to come take her somewhere or come to her house to do something. And I said, oh, let me try and see. And she immediately shut me down. And these are the words that she absolutely said, and I will never forget them. She said, honey, try is a make-believe place that we go to that make us think that we doing something when we ain't doing nothing. So don't try nothing with me. Either you're coming or you're not. So it's do or don't do. Ain't that what they say on Star Wars? Yoda said it. There is no try, do or don't do. So do or don't do, but don't try. Try is also a word that I believe that people use as a filler when they don't want to hurt your feelings. When you say, can you come And what they really want to say is no. And so instead of saying no, they say, I'll try. It's okay to say no. Say no. I don't want to do that. And people respect you even more when you say, I don't want to do that, because the more you say, I don't want to do that, eventually they're going to say, she doesn't like that, so I'm not even going to ask her. Yeah, don't even ask me because I'm not going to do that. And stand in that whole space and that whole power of, I'm not doing that. So we know you are ready. You know you are ready. That is your brand. That is who you are. And that is what you are developing. Whatever others admire in you, that is your brand already. It has already been speaking for you your entire life. So this is not difficult to determine, oh, what is my brand? You are your brand. You are your brand. And it's so important to stack up your achievements. Stack up your achievements in life so that you can remind yourself, or so that you have in your toolbox all of the successes that you've already done. Every piece of everything that you've already done, stack it up. I graduated from college. I worked at this amazing job for 10, 20, 15 years, whatever. I raised my kids. I'm a licensed this, I'm a certified that. Stack those achievements up so that you can feel the feelings of what you felt like when it was done. Because those are the feelings that attract even more. It's so important to stay in feelings so much that the planner asks you these empowering questions every day. What are you happy about in your life right now? Because if you think about what you're happy in your life right now, you know what that's going to do? It's going to make you happy. If you think about what you're excited about, it's going to make you excited. What are you proud about? You're going to be proud. What are you grateful for? And it's so important to be grateful, because in gratitude, that's how you get more. That person that said this week, if you woke up tomorrow with only the things that you're grateful for, what would you wake up with? And if you never said what you're grateful for, guess what? You will wake up with nothing. So be in gratitude for the raggedy house, the raggedy car, the raggedy job, and every other thing that ain't the way you want it just yet. But be grateful for the car that gets you from A to B. Be grateful for the house that keeps the rain off your head when it's raining outside, the sun off of you when it's sunny outside, the shelter that you have, the food that you have, the water that you have, the electric that you have, all of the things that you have. Somebody say, oh, you got bills? Oh, that means you got a house. You're complaining about the bills, but you wouldn't have the bills if you didn't have the house. So be in gratitude for every bill you get to pay. Be thankful for the bills, because that means you ain't homeless. Be thankful for the gas prices, because that means you have a car. They say if you have a house and a car, you are in the top percentage of people in the world, because so many people don't. So many people don't. So what are you enjoying in your life? What are you committed to in your life? Who do you love in your life, and who loves you? How can you make yourself feel good today? How can you improve your relationships today? How can you be present in the now? Yesterday is gone, tomorrow doesn't exist. That's why the present is the gift. And if you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are in the future. But if you are at peace, you are living right now in the present. How do you have more inner peace today? What can you give today? What are your 5 most important goals? What can you do today to achieve your goals? What guidance can you ask for? What can you pray for? And if this were the last day of your life, how would you live it? It's so important to ask these questions every single day. because every single day you get to make a new choice, to re-choice. Oh, that didn't work out yesterday? Oh, well, then I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to do something else. You have the option to re-choice every single day. And I am so grateful for that, because I literally made a new decision about how I'm going to show up in the world. Because one of the things that Dr. Avis said, she said, you have to lean in to your expertise. No matter how you got it, whether you self-taught, whether you've been in school for 20 years, whatever, lean in to your expertise and dare somebody to say that you ain't the expert. What each of us is a subject matter expert. And as such, you can coach in it and you can consult in it, because you are the expert on that subject. However you got it, whether you taught yourself over the past 20 years and got some proof of concept through some clients and whatnot, that's who we are. So don't let anybody devalue you as the expert. You are the expert. When she said that, I started feeling click, 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 click. Why are you having these financial problems? Because you letting people devalue who you are and what you are doing. Stuck inside boxes. And I heard a different coach say that if you are providing a service that is so amazing, right? And people search for you and they find you and they find you are so grossly underpriced. You know what they say? Oh, she must don't know what she's talking about. He must don't know what he's talking about, because that's way too cheap. We not doing discounting. We gonna find somebody that that charge the price, because I'm sure that person that's charging the price know what they talking about, because this person clearly does not. So does anybody have any comments? It is Friday. It is the end of the week. How did your week go? I'm just so grateful because the people are absolutely showing up and showing out. And I'm so excited for the people that are showing up. Go ahead, Dr. Loretta.
Well, this thing about pricing, people don't pay attention who do not pay. And there's a whole thing with our culture that we need to help people understand the value of education, and they need to pay for it and stop trying to get a welfare mentality or getting something for nothing, because there's no free lunches out here. What we have given up for free is our self-esteem. You know, when you were talking about the man with the lumber company, you know, you said my people wouldn't be sharecroppers. They went to be homesteaders. They risked their life. They left Kentucky going to Kansas and had never seen the Mississippi River. So they didn't even know what Kansas was. It wasn't a state, it was a territory, and it was a Wild West, but that's what they did. And that set the die for my whole family. Our DNA are risk takers. We just go ahead on and see what it, like them old folks, we'll go and see what the end shall be. But if you don't go, you won't ever go see the end. I'll stop preaching. But anyway, that's it.
Listen to this real quick. This is Brent Berish. I don't have it on my thing, else I will let you see it. Brent Berish is the founder and CEO of Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades is a very pricey cognac, maybe somewhere between $500 and $1,000 a bottle. Listen to what he said about just saying no.
Everybody wants things for free.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
But you don't respect it when you give it away. You don't respect the brand. You don't respect. And it's like me walking into Rosie's and saying, you know what? Before I come and eat here, let me try your French toast first. Like, come on. No one's going to do that. But when you give everything away, it loses its value. There's certain things like back then, such as trusting your instincts or listening to your guts or saying no. Back then, I just give it away. Just give it away.
You know what? I guess I would think if I had like a liquor brand, right? You got to give it to the rappers. You got to give it to the celebrities. I'm sure that's how they approach you. You just tell them no.
Yes. So David asked me to tell a story, but I'm not going to tell the full story because we have to keep it clean.
Yes.
But I remember it was great. I remember it was All-Star Weekend in Los Angeles, and Jay-Z and LeBron James had this it was called the Two Kings event. I don't know if anybody remembers this. They used to do it all over. And it was in LA this year. It was an amazing event, lots of celebrities. And someone very famous. Oh, so Mark Cuban, I went over to Mark Cuban to introduce myself because Dallas had just won. They celebrated with Ace. And he said, Mark, Brett Barish, just want to introduce myself, Ace of Spades. And he's like, oh my God, I love the brand. And I said, thanks. And I just walked away. And I'm talking to some friends. And all of a sudden, I got to tap my shoulder, and it's Mark Cuban. And he says, Brett, I wanted to introduce you to so-and-so, who's the biggest actor in the world. And he loves your brand. And I said, great. And so I walk over, I'm like, this is really cool. Mark Cuban is introducing me. And he says, you know, so-and-so. And he says, this is Brett Barish, Ace of Spades. And he says, oh, that's great. Can you throw me a few bottles? And I said, no. I said, well, it's a real small production. We don't make a lot. Yeah, I know. Just throw me a few bottles. I said, well, we don't really make. He's like, yeah, I know. And I said, listen, I'm going to tell you what my mom would want me to tell you. I can't do it. And I said, here's my information. If I can do anything, let me know. And I remember going back to the hotel that night, and my head of PR is like, you're nuts, Brett. This is crazy. 3 months later, I think he spent like $500,000 on the brand. And then but saying no is a powerful thing, you know.
No's a complete sentence.
You can't do everything for everybody. You can't be at everybody's event. You can't be everybody's sponsor. You can't. It's just, you'll go out of business.
If you like this clip, do yourself a favor and subscribe to the podcast.
So you heard it. It's so important to price accordingly. You know, don't price according to your pocketbook, because that's what we do. We price according to what we got. That's not what we're supposed to do. Yeah. So it's been a tough lesson all week about pricing. And I have in my toolbox already evidence that being too low does not sell. Being too low does not sell. And it did not click until this week, until Wednesday this week, when I made the offer that I made to the 9 o'clock call people. Nobody took it. No one. Ding, 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 ding. It's okay, because it taught me a lesson. So one, never do that again. And that offer is off the table.
And look how much you have invested in that group.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hear me, Darlaina?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. What just also hit me is when we lowball our prices, that energy is desperate energy. Desperate energy does not create anything but more desperate energy. Like you don't build with desperate energy. You know what I'm saying?
Tell it, Bridge.
You don't build at all with that. So when people know that you're desperate, they immediately put you in a perception of, oh, she just trying to do this to make some money real fast, or she just trying to, pay her bills, or she just, and you may do something being transparent with people, and they take it and they use it against you. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why sometimes when people tell you got to move in silence, that's what that means. You put your price out there, let people know I'm not desperate. I really have a heart for people, but it comes across as desperation when you lowball yourself, because you're thinking, like you said, from your pocket. No, 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 no. You gonna pay what you pay everybody else. You understand? Because if you go anywhere, I had to do this with myself. I had to raise the prices on my services because I was thinking from my pocket. And the people gave me all kind of, Lord have mercy, for that low price. And I was mad and mad at myself. Like, y'all need to pay me. Look, time costs money. If you don't believe that time costs money, go on to your job and tell them I work for free at your job.
Yes.
You don't work for free at your job.
Nope.
So don't work for free in your business.
Absolutely.
Period. If they don't pay you at that job, honey, you is ready to raise the roof. Where is my money? Where is my check?
Yes.
Well, guess what? Ain't no free work in our business. We need to keep that same energy or better about your business, because you are the expert. And also, I like what the lady was saying that you were talking about. Think about what you're building. You're building a legacy. You're not just doing this business just to get rich. You're building a legacy for your grandchildren. You understand? You're building a legacy that your grandchildren can say, you know what, my grandma was a spiritual healer. She healed cancer. She healed this. She healed that. My grandma did that. You know how powerful that is?
Yeah.
To say, look, you don't have to, my friends, look, listen, it's very powerful.
Absolutely.
And
and I feel when it comes to my grandchildren, I feel like a living legend, because they literally say that. They say that stuff now. They say it now, and they say, oh, my mom is the bomb. That my granddaughter said, my mom, I want you to come to the school because I want my friends to meet you. She was like, I don't want my mom to come because she's going to come in pajamas and a bonnet. But if you come, I know you're going to look real nice. What? I couldn't believe that when she said it. She was like 10 when she said that. So it's so important for us to be what we are and be what we are now. Let them see you now, the ones that are here now, because those are the ones that's going to carry it on. My niece is coming here today because she knows I really am hell bent on getting her to the next level. I don't care what I don't know. You're going to do that thing that makes you feel good. And if that means that I'm your only support system to get it done, well, here I am. So it's so important for us to get to what we're supposed to get to, really, really delve into what it is that you're doing, knowing that the thing that you are working on is the thing that is going to be the legacy builder for your family. And if it's not right now in its entirety, something that you can build legacy on, determine what you can add to what it is that you're doing so that somebody else can do it after you. You don't want to be the only one that can do it. There has to be something that you add that your family can continue when you're no longer here. I think about that often. Like, what would the world be like when I'm not here? What would happen to my work, to what I've built here? And so I'm absolutely working on a succession plan, because this is legacy work that we're doing. So thank you guys. Happy Friday. Have an amazing day today. Keep stock, stay in the good feelings, let your heart get full, and have an amazing weekend. Oh yeah, but we'll be back. We'll be back tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow. So team no days off. So if you're willing, I'll see you tonight. But have an amazing day today and an amazing weekend if I don't see you over the weekend. So bye for now.